Live from Wilson Field on the campus of Chapman University in beautiful Orange, California, it is Chapman Panthers football on the air as they take on the Cal Lutheran Kingsmen. Hi everybody, I'm Jared Brosnan, joined alongside my good friend and former player Pranav Iyer. Pranav, the Panthers are 5-0. They are number 1 in SCIAC. They are 17th in the nation. But the biggest news of the week, Hunter Spriggs, after a 2-year battle with leukemia, made it back on the field last week against Occidental. What was it like seeing your former teammate back out there?
It's just amazing to see him come back after these 2 years of so much battle. He's pretty much blown through every expectation that was possible for him. And like I mentioned before, he's the first NCAA football player to have ever come back onto the field after having bone marrow transplant surgery. And I'm sure he's just thrilled with how his team has been doing so far, a 5-0 start, seeking their first 6-0 start as a member of the SCIAC.
Absolutely. It was so awesome to see him out there. He talked with us this week on what it was like getting back there on the field.
It was surreal, unreal even. It took me a couple days to process. I don't know if I've still processed it. You know, I'm always, as soon as we win, I'm like, all right, next game, Cal Lu, let's go. I think once season's over, then I'll have more time to think it through. But so far, it feels really good. It's really just kind of it's one of those pat in the back moments to really say hey, I did this, I accomplished a goal. Let's set some new goals.
And Hunter is a part of that Chapman offense. Let's take a look at the comparisons right now. Chapman, we've seen this whole season, they like to run the ball, they like to pass the ball. What do you think they're going to have to do tonight against Cal Lutheran?
Yep. The Panthers, they're leading the SCIAC in rushing yards per game with almost 290. And they were kind of mainly led by their 2 freshman running backs, Marcus Reyes and Isaiah Woods, who have combined for nearly 140 yards a game through the ground and 9 touchdowns. Unfortunately for the Panthers, it looks like Woods will be out with a knee injury, so it'll be interesting to see who will step up in terms of the running game, whether it be more touches for Reyes or even Mendoza or the quarterback Johnson McIntyre. As far as their passing game, the Panthers have had run a 2-quarterback system every game so far, so expect to see more of that this season, or this game. Johnson McIntyre has proven to be a dual-threat quarterback with 4 touchdowns through the air and 3 through the ground, while Reed Vettel is the quintessential pocket passer, amassing 7 touchdowns through the air and just 2 interceptions.
Chapman likes that balanced offense. For more on the Cal Lutheran offense, let's send it down to Aaron Coogan, who has more. Aaron?
Thanks, guys. Undefeated on the season, ranked number 17 in the nation, and holding on to that number 1 spot in the conference, Chapman is in a great spot here tonight. But as we move towards the back half of the season, this is where we see winning teams start to become comfortable in their success. If Chapman wants to continue down the road to an undefeated season, the guys are going to have to bring the same amount of intensity, the same amount of grit that we've seen in the past few weeks continuing forward. Tonight, Chapman's defense, which proves to be one of the most feared in the nation, will face Cesar DeLeon, who is arguably the most effective quarterback in the SCIAC. Just last week, DeLeon threw for 556 total yards and 4 touchdowns, becoming the first quarterback in Kingsmen history to throw for over 500 yards in a single game. In conference play, he leads the SCIAC with a 62.5% pass completion rate, 993 total yards, and 7 touchdown passes. Along with junior wide receiver Jawan Thomas, these 2 are definitely the driving forces for Cal Lutheran's offense. So if Chapman can stop them, shut them down, we're going to look at another win here tonight. I'm so excited for what goes down here tonight. Thanks, guys, and back to you.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Aaron. Let's see what the Chapman Panthers defense is going to have to do tonight against that big passing attack for the Kingsmen. Pranav, what do you think the Chapman secondary is going to have to do tonight?
As far as the Panthers' defense, they've been extremely stout all year long in the trenches behind their potential All-Americans in Dylan Keefe and Noah Chose. But where we've seen their weaknesses, like you said, has been in their passing defense. They've given up over 270 yards a game through the air. And like Aaron mentioned, DeLeon is a top 10 passer in the country in terms of passing yards per game. And last game, the Panthers' defense was tested by the winless Occidental Tigers. The Tigers were able to combat the Panthers' blitz-heavy defense by throwing quick-release short passes to amass for 361 yards and 3 touchdowns through the air. Panthers have tested out several different combinations in the defense secondary, so it'll be interesting to see how they'll face up for their toughest challenge of the season thus far. Cal Lu, on the other hand, has been stout in their pass defense, allowing just 150 yards per game, while allowing 180 yards through the game through the ground. So it is imperative for the Panthers to control the pace of the game early through their tough smash-mouth football, as they have been doing all year long.
Dylan Keefe and company are going to need that Chapman secondary to keep the Kingsmen in check. We have kickoff right after the break. It is the Kingsmen versus the Panthers here on the Chapman Sports Broadcasting Network. Chapman has elected to receive, and they will be getting the kickoff. Nico Ragas fumbles it a bit, but looks like he will have the touchback, and the Panthers will take over at the 25-yard line. So right now, Pranav, it looks like Johnston McIntyre, the quarterback from Louisville, Colorado, will be the one to take the snaps first for the Panthers offense as we took a look at Zach Shorts. Tanner Mendoza is going to get the start tonight at running back with Isaiah Woods out.
Yeah. Johnston McIntyre, like I mentioned before, a dual threat quarterback, has had a lot of success through the air and through the ground. Panthers are a run-heavy offense, so we'll see how McIntyre and Mendoza factor into that.
McIntyre will be taking out of the shotgun here with Mendoza right next to him. There's a quick pass there to Wyatt Harden, and he'll get tackled for a nice gain, a gain of about 8, bringing up 2nd and 2.
Screen passes are always a great way to get the game started. Allows the receiver and the whole offense to kind of get in that rhythm that they need, bringing up a 2nd down and short for the Panthers here.
2nd down and 2 here on the 33-yard line for the Panthers. Looks like McIntyre will be in the gun of 5 wide. Now he motions Mendoza back in to the left side. McIntyre going to keep it himself. He looks like he will pick up the 1st down, a nice gainer right there, getting it out to about the 36-yard line.
Right there, we saw a design quarterback run for McIntyre. Like I said, dual threat quarterback, we're probably going to see a lot of that today.
Chapman likes to get up in a hurry, but looks like they will take their time calling a play. Mendoza's the big back. Looks like he will be seeing plenty of him tonight with Woods out. Him and Marcos Reyes going to be carrying the load in the backfield. McIntyre looks like he will keep it himself again, gets out of it, and looks like he will have a loss of 1 on the play as the Cal Lu defense, number 5, Caleb Kazmaier, the 6'3 junior for the Kingsmen, able to get in on that one.
Seems like early on the Kingsmen are coming in with a pretty intense rush on their defensive part. They're playing a man coverage with a 1 high safety. So we'll see if some of the bigger receivers and some of the shifty receivers for the Panthers can take advantage of this.
Number 88, James Kistner, the 6'5 tight end junior, has checked in, will be on the right side of the field. First handoff of the night goes to Mendoza, goes nowhere, gets back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it, bringing up 3rd and long for the Panthers.
Looks like they're going to go 5 wide here. Panthers and Casey Shine a lot like to run quick routes to the sticks in these kind of situations.
McIntyre with the 5 out, brings Ragas in motion. He will come across the tackle box.
Watch out for Henshaw on the single receiver side.
McIntyre will be passing to him, and that is caught. That is number 10, Zach Shorts, the big wide receiver right there for the Panthers, bringing up 1st down at around midfield.
Simple design there. All McIntyre had to do was lob it up to his 6'4" Zach Shorts, who had a very, very good size advantage there over his corner.
Zach Shorts and Caleb Henshaw are the big guys for the Chapman Panthers out on the side. Handoff goes to Mendoza. Not much again on that. Looks like he got back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. So a bit of a tough start for the Panthers so far, trying to get that run game going.
Yeah. We might have to see more of Reed Vettel maybe tonight, open up that passing offense for the Panthers.
Absolutely. They usually do 2 drives apiece and then it seems to switch off pretty much what Coach O is figuring out for this game. As you said, we might see Reed Vettel, who is the more pocket passer type Panthers quarterback. 2nd and 11 here at the 45-yard line. As McIntyre fakes it, he rolls left and looking for, and is almost a great catch by number 8, Caleb Henshaw. One-handed, but unable to bring it down. We saw a beautiful one-handed catch by Nico Ragas last week, 2 weeks ago, against Redlands.
And it really is interesting how the Panthers have been able to find success with this 2-quarterback system. Usually, in a lot of college offenses, we see that it creates a lot of inconsistency in the offense, but that has not necessarily been the case for the Panthers. There's been a lot of offensive potency for them.
So another 3rd and long here for the Panthers as Mendoza is in the backfield with McIntyre as they try to score on their first drive of the game. McIntyre back to pass again. He is looking for shorts, and that is deflected, and that is incomplete, bringing up 4th down. Very good coverage by the Kingsmen on that play.
Again, McIntyre did what he could there. He just threw it up, gave his receiver a chance, but it was great defensive play on that man coverage by the Kingsmen secondary.
That was number 3, an outside linebacker, Brandon Marone, covering Henshaw on that play. So a good play by a guy who's not as tall as the receiver. The punt by Tapia is taken by the Kingsmen. A nice return there. He gets the outside, bringing it to about the 35, maybe the 36-yard line. Great return there by the wide receiver, James Holland, the 6'1" junior for the Kingsmen. He is back there as the kick returner tonight. So here comes the Kingsmen offense. As we have said, they like to pass the ball a lot. Cesar DeLeon is averaging 316 yards per game. So that defensive secondary for the Panthers is going to have to show up tonight. First down, and DeLeon back to pass, and that is caught again by number 4. James Holland III, who is one of their top wide receivers, averaging 72 yards per game. The other one is Juan Thomas for the Kingsmen. He is averaging 103 yards per game receiving, so they like to share the ball a bit. 2nd and 7 coming up for the Kingsmen. As DeLeon passes it again, and that was a nice gain by their number 4, James Holland.
DeLeon and the Kingsmen are going to have to resort to this short dink and dunk passing game, especially with the stoutness of the Chapman front 7. DeLeon, I believe, despite throwing over 500 yards last game, was sacked, I believe, 10 times, so it's going to be imperative for them to get the ball out quickly here.
Absolutely. As a 3rd and 2 coming up on the first drive for the Kingsmen. DeLeon in the backfield. Running back Jackson Taylor, averaging 43 yards per game, is in the backfield. Fake the handoff to him, and that is caught, and looks like they stopped him right there. Pass was caught by number 13, Juan Thomas, and it looks like he will be just a yard short. Early moment in this game, it looks like the Kingsmen, they thought about it, and now they're taking the offense off the field, and they will punt the ball. So a fantastic stop right there. That pass-heavy offense for the Kingsmen comes up short here on this first drive.
And it looked like that receiver was going to get the first down there, but great form tackle by Duncan Hager there.
Duncan Hager, a fellow broadcast journalism and documentary student. Back to kick is Christian Antezana, the senior for the Kingsmen, and the usual Wyatt Harden back there to return.
Short kick.
Harden is getting a chance to receive at the 24-yard line, and he gets a gain of about 5 or 6 on the play. They're going to be marking him at the 31-yard line. So good stop right there for the Panthers defense to begin the night. And it looks like Johnson McIntyre will stay in the game. So Coach O sticking with that 2-drive a piece quarterback system that's been working with him so far. He's 5-0, so I think he's got a right to stick with it.
And it looks like we're going to see Marcos Reyes come into the game for the first time, the star-studded freshman.
Absolutely. He's been absolutely fantastic so far. 6 touchdowns in the last couple games. And Reyes takes off a big gainer, bringing it past midfield to about the 35, maybe the 34. Mark at the 34-yard line. A fantastic run just straight up the middle. A hole opened up. And that's what Reyes, the freshman, has been able to do this whole season. He finds a hole, and look at him go.
And that's what you call north and south running to its finest right there, as you see the replay here. He didn't even have to make a cut there. He had a complete opening, great play design right there for the Panthers. So free play for the Panthers.
50-yard run on that play. He is looking for number 10, Zach Shorts, who makes the catch inside the 5, just like that. First and goal, Panthers.
Great awareness by McIntyre and Schwartz there to take advantage of that free play. We saw them jump off sides on the offsides penalty, so they had free first down play. Great placement of the ball over the outstretched arms of the defender. First and goal for the Panthers here.
That's exactly what you want to do as a quarterback. When you know you got that free play, you take a deep shot. He hands it off to Reyes, who breaks left, and he is still up. And he will be down just at the 1-yard line. Gain of 3 on the play, bringing up second and goal. He was just stopped right as he was reaching the goal line. I could definitely see him just handed it right back to him the very next play.
Expect to see him a lot during this game, a lot of carries this game. He is the primary workhorse for the Panthers, and especially with Isaiah Woods out. Expect maybe 20, 30 carries for him.
McIntyre will keep it this time, and he is lit up right at about the 2, maybe the 3-yard line, bringing up third and goal. Boy, that was a dangerous play by McIntyre. Offensive line did not hold the Kingsmen back on that one. That was a big hit he took.
But you see how he bounced straight up after that. He truly is a warrior. He's only about 170, 175, but every play he's taking hits and he's coming back up.
The 5'11 junior from Louisville, Colorado. Big third and goal here. I definitely think the Panthers will go for it. So this is not a make or break play for them this drive. McIntyre keeps it himself and looks like he is going to be short again. He had Reyes open, but he decided instead of lateraling it back, keep it himself, and he gets stopped right at the 1-yard line.
So on that speed option, I think, yeah, you're right. He should have made that pitch over there with the defensive end collapsing on him. But I think he might have seen the corner out of his eyes coming unblocked, which would have created a potential turnover there. So safe option for McIntyre there, just suck it up and take the hit.
Jacob Rocha, the fullback, checks in on the left side of McIntyre. They hand it off to Reyes, and he goes right into the end zone. Fourth and goal, doesn't matter. Chapman Panthers strike first, and that is a touchdown for Marcos Reyes yet again, Pranav.
Right, and that's it. Another big touchdown for him. Panthers rush attack all season long, been dominant, been their driving force. They're gonna need drives like this, drive in and drive out, to match the Cal Lu Kingsmen's potent passing attack here.
2 big plays on that drive leads to the nice Reyes touchdown on fourth and goal. Flag on the play as Tapia did make the kick in, but we will see who jumped first. And it is a false start on the Panthers, so they will back it up 5 yards and redo the extra point.
And it looks like that'll be Reyes' 7th touchdown out of the season, more than doubling any of his teammates. So just a freshman, he's already had such a great impact on this team so far.
So a false start will back the Panthers up, but Owen Tapia, the freshman kicker, will make it anyway. So with 6:50 to go, the Chapman Panthers lead the Cal Lutheran Kingsmen 7-0 on a really, really impressive drive.
And it's a great bounce back from the first drive. After a couple of third and longs there in their first drive, they came back with a very fast, very rush-heavy second drive, and it's hopefully going to set the pace for them going forward.
So we take a look at Owen Tapia, and there's our replay. gets stopped right there, but it doesn't matter. He's already in the end zone by that time. Beautiful hole opened up on that play, right on the left side. Offensive line doing a great job on there. Owen Tapia, the 6'4" freshman, pretty tall for a kicker who has a 73-yard punt this season. Will be kicking it off for the Panthers. But the ball fell down, so we will re-kick it as Tapia will set it right back up on the tee.
Tapia has really been doing it on all ends for special teams, kicking and punting. He has taken the place of the former All-American Eli Deeb, and that 73-yard you just talked about, that's actually a school record, breaking Eli Deeb's 72-yard school record from 2016.
And Tapia kicks it off. That one, not very good, goes out of bounds, and the Kingsmen will have the ball at the 40-yard line. So not a good showing of his leg on that particular kickoff.
I think maybe I hyped him up a little bit too much there.
Out of bounds. The ball placed at the 35-yard line. First down.
Correction, the 35-yard line. It will be placed. So let's see if Cesar DeLeon and the Kingsmen offense will get something going on this drive. They had a really good punt return, but nothing after that. They are not a particularly run-heavy offense. They average less than 100 yards per game on the ground. DeLeon really taking that ball most of the time in the backfield.
Watch out for the bottom of your screen. We saw Juwan Thompson on Frankie Naras. Juwan Thompson, leading receiver for the Kingsmen.
Pressure there. He gets hit and nearly, and a flag on the play. That was interesting call there. He was looking for James Hallen, one of their top receivers. A hit from Chapman defense. Let's see what the flag is on. It was pointed towards where the pass was being thrown. I did not see any pass interference.
Pass interference. Defense. Number 14. The ball replaced in the slot of the foul. First down.
And it's going to be interesting to see how Nathan parking the corner on that play over here is going to fare. This is only his second game playing corner, I think, of his entire career, high school and college. He has primarily been a safety, but he's up. When I talked to him, he said he's up for the challenge to see if he can stay true to his word here.
Pass out there, complete. There's a fumble on the play, and the Chapman Panthers have it. Fumble by Cameron Jones, the freshman wide receiver, and the Panthers have the ball. The first turnover of the game belongs to the Panthers, and they have the ball at midfield.
And what set that up right there was actually Frankie Naras coming up hot and forcing the receiver inside, as you can see here on this replay. Frankie Naras coming hot, forcing him inside to the help on the defense. And we can see the entire defensive line coming in hot, forcing this fumble here. And a great awareness by this Chapman secondary to pick up the ball here.
Absolutely, a really good play. Ball seemed to really just come out of his hands. There wasn't a direct hit that forced it out. But now here's Vettel. He hands the ball off to Reyes, and he gets a decent gain, up about 5 on the play. So this is the first time we will see quarterback number 12, Reed Vettel, in on the night. As we said, he is the more prototypical pocket passer, coming in at 6'5". So definitely able to see over that defenses and throw the ball downfield.
And Vettel truly does have a championship pedigree, coming from St. Francis High School in Mountain View, former state champion.
Looks like Marcos Reyes got away with a bit of a false start on there, but they have not called it as they decide to audible the play. Vettel takes the snap. He hands it off to Reyes again, who gets a gain of looks about 1 or 2 on the play. That'll bring up a third down and short.
And Vettel wearing that number 12. A lot of people compare him actually to Tom Brady. likewise, similar, kind of likewise in stature, likewise in their type of offense and the way they run as prototypical pocket passers.
So it'll be 3rd and 3 on the play here at the 44-yard line into Kingsman territory. McIntyre and Reyes in the backfield brings Ragas in motion to the left side. Fakes it back, gives it to Ragas. He's definitely got the first down, brings it to the 40-yard line. It's a nice little motion action there for Nico Ragas, the smaller little slot receiver, 5'7" junior. Gets the catch there and picks up the first down.
And Ragas this season has done a great job filling in for the graduation of Dominic Vacker, who last season played his position and had a very excellent season. Ragas, as you've seen, very shifty, very fast, has had a lot of touchdowns and receiving yards through the season.
Beautiful passes out to Reyes on a nice wide receiver screen. And he's got plenty of blockers. He's got a chance to go all the way, and he will. Touchdown, Chapman Panthers. Excellent screen right there out of the backfield to hand it to Reyes. He's got his second touchdown of the quarter. Great blocking by that team right there.
And as you can see the replay here, the reason why this play worked is because of the numbers. Look at the 3 defenders to 3 Chapman blockers. It really was no chance here for the Cal Lutheran defense here. Great running downfield by Marcos Reyes to get him for his second touchdown already.
Nico Ragas, his wide receiver, makes a great block right there to stop any chance of keeping him out of the end zone. And a fumbled snap. And no extra point on the play. A tough hold by there. And looks like Tapia will not be able to pick up the extra point. So with 4:30 left to go here in the first quarter, Chapman leads Cal Lutheran 13-0. That was an absolutely fantastic play right there. Reyes just took it the whole way. He had that extra burst that we've been talking about into the end zone.
And downfield blocking is something that the Panthers have for long found pride in themselves, especially receiver blocking. Coach Adams, that is something they focus primarily on, maybe even more so than route running, and definitely showed over there.
So 2 straight drives, the Chapman Panthers have reached the end zone. Pretty good start for them. Kalu's definitely got to get something going here.
Big drive for them here, because if they get another 3 and out here, Panthers score again, it'll make it really hard for the Kingsmen to mount a comeback.
Tapia to kick it off for them. Looking to have a good makeup on this try after kicking out of bounds on his last one. Shorter kick taken about the 8-yard line. A very nice return so far. Brings it to about down at the 34. So pretty solid field position again for the Kingsmen. They will have it at the 30-yard line. Number 23, that's David Arhouse. Oh, my bad. Line up in the pistol formation this time.
That's a little.
As the Kingsmen have their first run of the night, and it goes for a very nice gain to about the 47-yard line. Great run right there.
And the Kingsmen haven't had the greatest rushing attack this season, so they are able to implement that. It'll do a great job in opening up their passing game more.
Jackson Taylor with the nice carry there. He only averages 43 yards per game, but we saw a nice pickup of 17 on that one. They give it back to him again. He gets a couple, but dragged down by the Panthers defense. It's a bit of a change-up right there as Jackson Taylor gets the first 2 carries of the drive, as it was really a pass-heavy offense so far for the Kingsmen. But it looks like DeLeon will be 5 wide by himself here in this second down play. He looks back to pass, gets chased, and he will just throw it out of bounds. Great pressure right there by number 33, Isaac Edwards, the 6'4" junior.
And that's that brutal front seven and defensive line for the Panthers that has been among the best in the country this year.
Quarterback was outside the pass, the box, pass reached the line of scrimmage, receiver in the area.
And a no intentional grounding call by the referee right there. He was out of the tackle box and threw it past the line of scrimmage.
And Isaac Edwards, actually a former offensive lineman and tight end here at Chapman. So he's bounced around a lot and looks like he's found his calling here in defensive line.
3rd and 8 from about midfield. Let's see if the Panthers can get off again. And he is sacked by number 44, Dylan Keefe. He makes his first big play of the night and bringing up another punt.
Mr. Do-It-All, Dylan Keefe, the Orange County native, former Orange County All-Star. He's had a great career here at Chapman so far.
And he's only a junior. We're going to be seeing him for several more games.
And he's been practicing at running back also this week, so don't be shocked if you see him on offense as well.
A couple weeks ago, we saw him lined up on a fake field goal.
Oh, that was it. That was definitely an interesting one.
And Keefe almost blocks a punt right there, but it'll bounce to Hart, and he will just let it bounce on the ground. It'll be about the 21-yard line. It's a solid field position for the Panthers. As Reed Vettel will check back in at quarterback. Cal Lu's got to be pretty frustrated right now, not being able to get anything going in the passing game, which has been their bread and butter the whole season.
Yeah, and a lot of it has to do with the quarterback is not having time to throw the ball, and he's having to resort to a lot of short, quick passes, whereas he's not able to find more of his deep threat receivers, a lot of which Cal Lu has. That's what a lot of their passing game is about.
Vettel hands it off to Mendoza. He's got a big hole for the first down. Fantastic run right there. Brings it up to the 38-yard line. So a 16-yard gain on the play for Mendoza. That was the first time we really saw him break out for a big run tonight.
And it looks like he was completely untouched until he got to the secondary there.
Have some fast running backs for this team. Jacob Rocha, the fullback, is in again on this play. He and Mendoza switch sides opposite Vettel. This one goes off to Mendoza again, a solid gain. Gain of about 4 on the play.
Look for the Panthers to take a shot somewhere deep in the near future, because the Kingsmen are still running this press man defense, so one of the receivers is definitely going to pop open.
As we reach the final minute here in this first quarter, Chapman looking to go up by 3 scores very early in this game. Vettel back to pass. He's looking for Mendoza, who catches it. Gain of about 1 on the play. Took a hard hit right there from the Kingsman defense.
And like I mentioned, that man defense, that's why that play doesn't work. The Kingsmen had a man specifically designed to guard Taylor Mendoza here. So short gain, brings up a crucial 3rd down here.
William Kelly for the Kingsmen, the outside linebacker, makes a very nice play right there. 3rd down and 5 here. Looks like another free play, and Vettel knows it. And looks like we'll have pass interference from 3 different referees. So we have 4 flags on the field right now. 1 for offense and 3 for pass interference. Everybody on that left side of the field saw that number 10 Zach Shorts was held on that play.
Imagine if Ragos came down with that ball that somehow found its way into his hands, but Ragos got tangled up, so he wasn't able to see that ball, but that would have been definitely sports center top 10 there.
Defense, offsides, defense at line, pass interference, defense, number 8, 15-yard penalty. First down.
And another free play for the Panthers tonight brings up a big gain this time due to a pass interference. And once again, the Panthers cross into midfield for the third straight drive here in the third quarter. I mean, the first quarter. 31 seconds to play. And Mendoza gets the carry again. Another nice hole there. Brings up a good run of about, make it 8 yards on the play. Good seeing Mendoza on this drive, giving Marcos Reyes a bit of a breather after those 2 touchdown runs.
Looks like they'll settle to let the clock run out here in the first quarter.
And as we reach triple zeros here in the first quarter, very impressive so far for the Panthers. They lead at 13-0. Let's see if they're going to score again. We'll be right back here on the Chapman Sports Broadcasting Network. Vettel looking to pass. He's got wide, hard, and open in the end zone. Touchdown. Chapman Panthers 6 seconds into the second quarter, right out of break. Chapman Panthers go up by 3 scores.
Like I said, the Panthers were going to go to that deep pass sooner or later with that man coverage. It's just impossible to have everyone covered across the board there. We can see the replay here. Great little fake to the corner, back to the post, wide open down the middle of the field in the end zone. Great play by the Panthers there.
Beautiful play right there for the Panthers. Going up 20-0 here. 6 seconds in. The Panthers are showing how good they've been at home this season. Great play action from Vettel to Mendoza on that. Wide open Harden.
And this really is a crucial game for the Panthers. Sitting at 3-0 right now, Cal Lu is at 2-1 in conference. A win here for Cal Lu would have brought the 2 records together at 3-1. Pomona won today to put themselves at 3-1. So the Panthers, with the win today, would go to 4-0, setting up a crucial matchup against Pomona, essentially for the league championship.
Thank you, Chapman Pep Band, as Tapia will kick off here. Got a lot to be playing music for tonight. Again, a booming kick. That will be taken and set at the 25 for this big drive here for the Kingsmen. They really are desperate to get any sort of offense going tonight. They've had bad penalties, they've had fumbles, all resulting in punts.
And what worked well for them in their first drive was the very short passing game, a lot of screens, a lot of slants. Let's see if they come back to that here.
Cesar DeLeon really needed his running backs and his guys on the outside to make some catches, get in open space. As he will head back to pass and lofts it up, and that is caught. A great catch and still running, and that is going to be a touchdown right back in this game. Number 4, James Holland. Quick touchdown. That's exactly what they needed to get back on the board.
And that was just knowing the defense right there. Man coverage at the bottom of the screen, as we saw there with Nathan Parkin. It was great defense, just a great ball placement and great awareness by the receiver to come up with that ball, as we can see on the replay here. DeLeon looking off to the left, throwing to the right, throwing it outside of the numbers. Great job going up for the ball by the Cal Lu receiver. And he did the rest from there, turning on the afterburners to get into the end zone.
As he said, this is Nathan Parkins. This is only his second game playing safety right there, and he got burned on that one.
I wouldn't say he got burnt there. He was right there in the perfect coverage. Just mistimed on that one, trying to get his hand on the ball right there. But when you're running down the field, it's always hard to turn around and make a play on the ball. It's one of the hardest positions in all of football, maybe in all of sports, is cornerback. And it just got exposed there a little bit.
Makes extra point, though, so we have both teams missing on the point after attempt, and that makes it 20-6, 14-point lead remaining. So that was a bit of a wake-up call by the Panthers defense. Playing fantastic so far, but the first offensive play of the second quarter for the Kingsmen goes for 75 yards and a touchdown.
It puts them essentially right back in the game. Now it's just a 2-score game. Stop here for them on the defensive end, getting the ball back, possibly a score, and then we have a 1-possession game, and heading into halftime, that would be huge for them.
Especially since they get the ball to start coming out of the half. Kick right there. Ragas will take it at the 10-yard line. It's a pretty nice return out to about, I'm going to mark him down right at the 25-yard line.
And we can't forget the Panthers offense is also super hot, scoring on, I believe, their last 3 possessions. See who they're going to bring out a quarterback right here on this drive and see if they can score again here.
Looks like Johnson McIntyre will be the signal caller on this drive after 2 straight touchdowns by Reed Vettel.
We got both the tailbacks in Mendoza and Reyes here.
First time we've seen this tonight. Let's see who gets the ball.
Also watch Schwartz at the bottom of your screen.
Handoff goes to Reyes, not much. He loses a yard on the play.
If I were Casey Shine here, I would take advantage of this Schwartz matchup on the shorter corner for sure. There's no high safety even. Look how the safeties are playing at 10 yards or even closer. It's really imperative for them here to take advantage of that through the air.
Absolutely. You got single coverage with your 6'4" receiver. Just put it up for him, and he can bring it down.
Or even Henshaw on the other end there.
McIntyre will be rolling left on this play, and he will just throw it out of bounds.
Great pursuit there by the defensive lineman for Cal Lu. Didn't give time for McIntyre to compose himself, square up his body, and make that pass.
Number 55 to K. Porter on that play. Chasing down McIntyre, he's able to just throw it out of bounds.
Big time 3rd down play here. Looks like they're coming out in the 5 wide. No running backs in the backfield.
Definitely could be a big momentum shifter right on this play if they were able to force a punt. McIntyre back to pass, rolling right. He's got plenty of space. If he can elude this defender, he's got the first down, and he is unable to. Great open field tackle right there by number 41, Connor McDermott, who was able to save a first down, forcing a punt for the Panthers.
One of the toughest aspects of the game right there. Look at, as you see the replay here, we can see how much open field he had if he made a move on this defender here. But great awareness, great job breaking down by the Cal Lu linemen. I'm sure all the Pop Warner coaches, all the high school coaches, they all been teaching their players that. I'm sure they're proud watching home.
Just brought him down by his legs. And a fair catch is called. Number 9, Cameron Jones. And it will be first down for the Kingsmen at the 27-yard line. So a little bit of momentum change right here. A long touchdown, a 3-and-out, and now they get the ball back. Looking to make this a big game now.
And let's see how the secondary and how Coach Harrison, Coach Bishop on the defensive end will adjust here. We'll see if they stick to the man, maybe relax more, play more off coverage, play more press bail. We'll see what they do here.
DeLeon in the gun, back to pass, and he gets lit up right away. Big sack right there. Absolutely fantastic sack by number 53, Noah Kios.
And it looks like at corner, Nathan Parkin, instead of playing that traditional man turn jam type of press coverage, he's resorting to staying at the line and then opening up, bailing off the line, allowing him to see both the receiver, quarterback, and the ball.
Loss of 7 on that sack. Second one of the night for this Panthers defense. They bring the blitz again, and looks like he'll be taken down once again. First hit came from Dylan Keefe. Second hit came from number 91 for the Panthers. Great play. Ricky Medeiros. So the two captains making a big play on that one.
And this is the Panthers defense that we have come to love through the season. It all starts on the defensive line, a defensive end, and outside backer for them. Third and forever here. Looks like 20,
loss of 4 on
25.
that. Third and 21 coming up. Not many plays in the playbook for that. Chapman only rushes 3, but they get to him anyway. Ricky Medeiros back-to-back sacks, bringing him all the way down inside the 10-yard line. So 3 plays, 3 sacks for that Chapman defense.
And it looks like after that big 75-yard touchdown play, they had a little pep talk. Maybe it was the coaches, maybe it was the players giving the pep talk. But they came out firing off the ball on this drive. As you said, 3 sacks on back-to-back-to-back plays. What a showing on this drive for the Panthers defensive line.
And the senior captain, Ricky Medeiros, making plays on that drive. Wyatt Harden is back to receive the punt, as they will be kicking out of their own end zone. Taken by Harden, who bobbles it at first, but picks it up. Brings it out to about the 43, 44-yard line. So the best starting field position of the day for the Panthers. It looks like McIntyre will come back in again. Great response there by the Panthers defense after giving up a one-play, 75-yard touchdown drive to come back with 3 straight sacks.
Yeah, and that's really what a championship team is made out of. They're going to get hit. Every team is going to bring their best against them, especially with them being the front runners in the conference. And the Panthers have shown that they can come through this adversity. Let's see if they can do it on the offensive end here as well.
McIntyre fakes the handoff to Reyes. Looking for Henshaw, but just has to throw it out of bounds.
Looks like they're on that design rollout. It was essentially a one receiver route. We had a man running a streak, essentially a decoy. But it looked like Caleb Henshaw was the only viable target there. But it was great defense by the secondary for the Kingsmen there.
Throws it out to Reyes, who rolls left, gets a solid gain of about, looks like 1, maybe 1.5. Bring up a 3rd and long here.
Given the man coverage, I don't know if these screen passes to the running backs are going to work out too well. Maybe some screen passes to the slot receivers. Given that the safeties or the corners playing on top of the slots are playing relatively off, maybe the Panthers can resort to that going on in the game.
5 wide as he brings Ragas in motion. McIntyre out to pass. He is looking for Harden, who just out of the reach of his hands. He could have had a shot.
Great placement by McIntyre there, putting it in a position where only his receiver could catch it, really. Definitely a tough catch. Could have been caught, but nonetheless, 3 and out for the Panthers here.
Spencer Corona, the intended receiver on that play, number 13. If he was able to bring that down, that might have been 6. So let's see if the freshman kicker, Owen Tapia, can pin them deep inside the 10-yard line. And it looks like that will be way long. And the Kingsmen will take the ball at the 20. So good stop right there. Back-to-back stops. Back-to-back 3 and outs for that Kingsman defense after giving up 3 straight scoring drives.
All right, and we've seen 3 straight 3 and outs for both teams combined. So after a very high-scoring first quarter, looks like maybe we're in for a defensive battle here in the second quarter.
DeLeon in the pistol formation, fakes the handoff and hands it out to number 14. A nice wide receiver screen on the play.
It looks like they're going back to a lot of what they did in that first drive. It worked out very well for them there. Their receiver blocking is looking very, looks like something they've been practicing a lot. So see if they continue to do that here.
Marcellus Lewis with a nice catch there for 9 yards, his first of the night. Bringing up 2nd down and 1 as we reach 9 minutes to go here in the half. Jackson Taylor in that pistol formation backfield with DeLeon. He hands it off to him this time, and he picks up the 1st down on the play. Dalen Keefe in on the tackle. First down here at the 33-yard line of the Kingsmen, trying to get into Panthers territory. DeLeon fakes the handoff, throws it out, and that is incomplete. Trying to reach Lewis once again, but led him a little too far out to the left side of the field.
But if you saw how he threw that ball there, regardless of it being incomplete, you saw he threw that off his back foot from essentially the far hash to the sideline, 15-yard pass. And if you're taking him to a horizontal distance there, that just really shows how great his arm is there. Honestly, I was so surprised he even got that pass there.
That's close to a 30 to 40-yard throw, essentially.
In most quarterbacks, that'll be a pick for sure.
Chapman showing blitz on this play. Keefe on the left side of the offensive line. There he is, just misses DeLeon, who's able to get a nice run on the play. Gets about 9 yards.
But it looks like this one's going to come back. I think we saw a block in the back there in the middle of the play, allowing that run to get so far.
That is a 10-yard penalty on the play, if it happens. Officials taking a little while to discuss who the penalty was on.
Personal foul, blindside block, number 13 of the defense. 15-yard penalty, automatic, 1st down.
So I believe this is actually a new rule that has been implemented by the NCAA. It's not a block in the back, so it's not illegal in that sense that it's blocking from the back, blocking from the shoulder, or whatever.
Personal foul, blindside block.
It's essentially kind of...
Offense. 15-yard penalty, 2nd down.
They got that. They got us both a little interesting right there. Yeah, a block in the back isn't usually called on a defense.
So essentially, it's kind of similar to how when you can't hit a defenseless receiver. Same way in this situation, I guess they're protecting the defensive backs, the defensive players. When you can't see the block, you're considered a defenseless defender, I guess. And it's interesting how they're implementing more protections for the defense now.
So big 15-yard penalty on that play. Chapman shows blitz. He's lofting it up, and that is incomplete.
And he was completely sandwiched there by both Frankie Narez and Chris Churches. Two of the most consistent defensive backs for the Panthers over the past 2 seasons, actually.
James Holland, number 4, the intended receiver on the play. Bringing up 3rd and 21. So another long 3rd to go for the Kingsmen in their own territory. DeLeon and Taylor in the backfield. Looks like they will be trying to go for it as they brought the blitz, a late hit, nobody's called, and that will fall incomplete. Another 4th down coming up.
Essentially just throw it up for grabs there. They ran 3 verticals on that play, but with that cover 2 defense, it's really not a pass that would ever work.
Good coverage right there by Gingold for the Panthers. As Wyatt Harden will be back to receive the punt. Short kick again. Harden going to be able to return. Fumbles the ball, but luckily it is picked up right away. That could have been dangerous, but luckily his teammate is able to pick that right up.
Great effort by the coverage team there.
Great job by Damian Martin Bostic on the play, able to pick it right up after Harden. Let's take a look at the comparison tonight for Chapman. Even though they like to run the ball, they've been passing it a lot. Look at that, 2/3 of the time.
And for the large part, their rush attack has been stymied.
Vettel back in, hands it off to Mendoza, who gets a gain of about 2 on the play.
We've had a few big runs, especially that one drive when Marcos Reyes is, I believe, his second drive. They had a lot of big carries, and with Taylor Mendoza, he had a couple of big carries. But apart from that, they've been having a lot of negative yard rushes and like 0 to 1 yard rushes.
Second and 7 here on the play. Vettel in the gun, back to pass, hands it off to Mendoza, who catches it, spins out, brings it to right around the first down marker, and they will give it to him. First down, great job right there, out of the backfield catch for Mendoza, bringing up the first down for the Panthers. Let's take a look at that right there, just right out of it, designed play for him, wide open. Great jumping catch, able to spin out and get the first down. Another free play. Vettel looking to go deep for Ragas. Does he have him? And that is dropped. Interception, but that could have been big. But another free play, the third of the night.
Yeah. So no risk there at all. Complete. No worry about the interception there.
Offsides, defense, number 92, 5-yard penalty. First down.
And so far, Reed Vettel, perfect 5 for 5 for 87 yards and 2 touchdowns, off to a great start. The other quarterback, Johnson McIntyre, 4 for 9, 60 yards. A lot of the work that when he's been in has been done through the rushing attack. But great play from both of the quarterbacks thus far.
So it'll be 1st and 5 from about midfield with 6:47 left to go here in the half. Chapman looking to go up by 3 scores for the second time tonight. Vettel passes it to Ragas, who gets great blockers. Fantastic, down to about the 34-yard line. Gain of 15 on the play.
And great job by Vettel there, looking off the screen to Mendoza there. Coming back to the left side, as we can see here, passing it to Ragas. Great downfield blocking by his lineman. Running with him down the field, as we see Brandon Ortiz right there.
Haven't seen Marcos Reyes in a couple drives. Mendoza getting the workload here. Again, with Isaiah Woods out tonight, it'll be Reyes and Mendoza, who gets the run right there, breaks a tackle, gets a gain of about 6 on the play.
Big thing for running backs is the yards after first contact there. Chapman running backs, Mendoza, Woods, obviously, who is injured, and Reyes do a great job of that.
Great job running after contact there. You definitely want that from all your skill position players as Henshaw comes in motion. Hands it off to Mendoza, who has another big hole. And they are inside the red zone once again. Panthers have the ball at the 17-yard line. Gain of 10 on the play.
First down on the visitor 17.
Vettel in the shotgun once again, trying to get the defense for their 4th offsides of the night. Unable to make that happen. Vettel hands it off to Mendoza, who gets stuffed right at the line of scrimmage on that one. No hole opening up on that play. And it's 2nd down and 10.
See Reyes coming in here.
So we reach 4.5 left to play in the half. You think Chapman wants to kill some clock?
Yeah, they've done a great job of doing that thus far in this drive, running the clock down with a lot of screens, a lot of runs. I don't think we've seen any incomplete passes thus far this drive. Let's see now in the red zone. Let's see if they can convert. Hopefully a touchdown for them here.
Vettel fakes the handoff to Reyes. He rolls right, looking for Harden. He is lit up. Huge loss on the play. Great sack right there by number 2, Zion Brown, the free safety coming in on that blitz. Uncovered the whole way. He was tracking Vettel, and he brought him down for a big loss.
And the reason why that sack, that was essentially a coverage sack. Both of the receivers on that were completely smothered. We would like to see a little bit of audibling done by the receivers there, trying to get themselves open, but Vettel should have done a better job of throwing that one out of bounds there.
Loss of 9 on that sack. Vettel looks like they're going to let him fling it again. He's looking for the end zone. That is nearly caught. Nearly caught by number 13, Spencer Corona.
And that one was a perfect placement pass to the outside shoulder, that back shoulder, right in that front pylon. Kind of looked like it might have went looks like he misjudged the placement of that ball, but might have been the lights, the stadium lights. But that's going to bring up a 4th down here. Kind of in an awkward situation, 4th and long. They're not really in field goal range. Looks like they're just going to go for it here.
Yes, while Tapia has kicked a 73-yard punt, he has not been that consistent when it comes to kicking field goals. And it looks like a timeout will be taken by the Kingsmen. Their first of the half.
Their first of the half.
Alex Bregman, one of the presumptive MVPs in the American League, has just hit a grand slam in D.C. to give the Astros an 8-1 lead, looking to tie the series up at 2. So far, the away teams have been all about the World Series run so far. We take a look at the band tonight, having a little fun. Michigan is pounding on Notre Dame right now after that tough loss last week. The Wolverines are leading the Fighting Irish 38-7, pretty much taking away all chance of the Irish to get back to the college football playoff for the 2nd straight year. They're looking to be the 2nd top 10 team to lose today, as Auburn, number 9, lost on the road in Baton Rouge to LSU. Setting up for a number 1 versus number 2 matchup next Saturday night between the Crimson Tide of Alabama and the Tigers of LSU.
Now we see here on this 4th down play, looks like I would expect them to just throw it up to one of their big play receivers here.
And they will do just that, and that is nearly brought down. Double coverage. Wyatt Harden had a chance just a second to put that in there. Vettel really putting that ball in the only spot it could have been caught by Harden, but unable to bring it down, and he's running to the track knowing he should have caught that ball.
I'm honestly so shocked by how the Kingsmen secondary played there. They must have known that ball was just going straight into the end zone, but the fact that Wyatt Harden had a prime chance of catching that ball was utterly shocking to me.
DeLeon back to pass. He lofts it up, and that is incomplete. Looking for number 13 on the way, Juwan Thomas. He's been their top receiver. Good coverage on that play by the secondary for Chapman.
Right, and we see Parkin playing that press bail coverage now, having his eye on the receiver and the quarterback so that he can make a play on the ball this time.
Parkin and Dylan Keefe, some good double coverage on that play. Again, Taylor, Thomas, their best receiver at 103 yards per game. Keefe bringing the blitz on that play. That goes out, again, not much on there. Great job by Chapman tonight. As soon as the receivers have caught the ball, they brought him down. Number 14, Marcellus Lewis, his second catch of the night.
Brings up a big 3rd and 9 here. Late in the second half, it's really crucial for the Kingsmen to come up with a touchdown here because we know what the Chapman offense can do.
It looks like the medical staff are taking a look at Reed Vettel right now. Taking a look at his arms. We might see Johnson McIntyre come back in on that next drive. Great blitz again by Chapman as DeLeon is able to get out of it, and that pass is complete for a first down. Really good maneuvering in that pocket and was breaking down to find Holland for the first down.
I don't know how he got past that rush. He had 2 defenders on both sides of him, but somehow he got out of that, had the composure to make a great pass. But going back to Vettel, I did see him after that that big hit sack. He did have a stinger. It looked like it was his left hand. Luckily for him, he's a right-handed passer, so it probably should not be too much of an issue.
Big first down there as we reach 2 minutes to play here in the half. As plenty of time for the Kingsmen. They get sacked on that play. Fantastic sack right up the gut by number 23, David Arhouse, the 5'11 junior, coming in for another sack on that play. And a timeout will be taken by...
And we see the replay here. David Arhouse coming completely unblocked.
Of the half.
Panthers have always been great at these blitz schemes, taking up a lot of cross blitzes, a lot of switches, confusing the offensive lineman. That's what they did perfectly just there.
Timeout taken by the Kingsmen, their second, leaving them with only 1 remaining here with 1:40 to go in the half. Big loss on the play by that sack by Arhouse, who, as you just said, Pranav, he just came completely uncovered.
And the Panthers' defensive scheme these past 2 years has been to play a lot of man coverage with a little bit of single high safety while having 5 to 6 rushers every single play. And so far it's been very, it's shown to be very helpful for them in their pass rush this season.
So we see Hunter Spriggs down there on the sideline. Hopefully get to see him in this game. Good catch and run by there for number 9, Cameron Jones, the freshman for the Kingsmen. Gets a bit of that sack yardage back, but 3rd and long coming up.
Timeout. Chapman, their first of the half.
I think a smart timeout right there for the Panthers, trying to get that ball back with some time left before the half, knowing that the Kingsmen get the ball first to start the second.
And what's the best way to combat these Chapman blitzes? As you saw right there, just don't block them. Throw quick screens, have upfield blocking, focus on the secondary, downfield blocking, and it's proved to work so far for them in the game. I don't know why they're not going back to it more, because DeLeon is truly not having time to have any of these kind of middle distance or long distance pass develop at all.
Emmy Farber, the goal for the Chapman women's soccer team against Laverne. They have been really, really good this season. Keeping an update on them as they are at Laverne right now, winning 1-0. So big 3rd and 13 with 1:30 to go here in the first half. Chapman trying to force another stop and get that ball back. Lofts it up in the air, and that is intercepted for the Chapman Panthers. Bringing up, great catch by the midfield. Absolutely fantastic interception for the Panthers by number 5, Sal Ochoa III, the 6'1 senior safety.
And you said midfield right there. That looked like a center fielder right there. Just routine fly ball straight to him. That was set up perfectly by the Panthers rush there. Obviously another, again, we can see here so many unblocked defenders. Just had to throw it up there. There's no receiver even close. Saw Sal Ochoa, the senior safety. Great play there.
DeLeon definitely overthrew number 13, Juwan Thomas, the intended receiver on that play. And Ochoa, he just came right to him. Vettel is back in the game, and he misses a throw on that one. As I said earlier, I just saw the medical staff looking over his left arm right there, but he appears to be okay. Marcos Reyes in the backfield on this drive. We saw Tanner Mendoza quite a bit on the last couple. Vettel back to pass again. He finds Corona. Gets a gain of about 8, make it 9 on the play. Bring up 3rd and short with a minute to go here in the half. Chapman with 2 timeouts, plenty of time. Still got the whole field to their disposal. Remember, in college, first down means the clock stops.
Expect a quick little run here by Marcos Reyes.
That's exactly what happens. It looks like he picked up the first down. The clock will stop with 48 ticks left remaining.
Number 25, Marcos Reyes on the carry. And that is a Panther first down.
It is a Panther first down right there. Low snap picked up by Vettel. And a pass interference call. Wyatt Harden, the intended receiver, definitely gets dragged down on that play. Chapman's going to have the ball in the red zone.
And that's two things big there for the Panthers. Obviously, it's going to stop the clock. It's going to give them 15 yards, put them in prime position inside the red zone, hoping to score here late in the first half.
Pass interference, defense number 8. The ball replaced at the spot of the foul. First down.
Foul by the freshman John Moore for the Kingsmen, number 8, the cornerback. So with 32 seconds remaining, Vettel back to pass again. He's got Corona caught. That's another first down at about the 11-yard line. So still with 2 timeouts, they could even run the ball.
Chapman, their second of the half.
Looks like they will take a timeout instead. So with probably around 26 seconds remaining here, they have first down at the 11-yard line. With that timeout, they still have a chance to run the ball as well, with as fast as Reyes and Mendoza are.
It's an interesting decision there, honestly, by the coach. I would have actually, as we can see, first let's watch the replay here. We can see the Cal Lu defense playing off. Obviously, they're trying to prevent the touchdown, but Panthers and Spencer Corona ran a little 12-yard hitch there to come up the ball. But going back to my point, Panthers had 2 timeouts. Burning that timeout there, they only have 1. Like you said, they could run the ball, but ideally they kind of want to save that timeout in case they need it for a field goal or something like that. I think they honestly should have run a quick play there, whether it be a pass or a run, give themselves an option, more options offensively and more options to kick the ball later on.
Vettel and Reyes heading back out to be in the backfield. Place the ball at the 12-yard line with 25.9 seconds remaining here in the first half. Low snap, Vettel picks it up. Looking for Ragas, and that is nearly intercepted right there. Is bobbled up a bit, but Zion Brown is unable to bring that down. Ragas, the intended receiver on that play. Pranav, what did you see right there?
I saw Ragas got hit. I don't know if that had to do with the coverage, whether he tripped up, but there might have been some sort of rubbing, some sort of pass interference there that wasn't called. I could see Ragas after the play putting his hands up, looking for the call. He didn't get it there. But very easily that could have been taken to the house. Would have been a completely different ball game.
Zion Brown, the free safety right there, had a chance because everybody else was on the right side of the field. Brown could have taken that the whole way. Instead, 2nd and 10 with 19 seconds to play. Vettel looking for Ragas and again unable to bring it down. Incomplete. So 2 quick incompletions right there as soon as the Panthers get inside the red zone.
And what do great teams do best is they take advantage of second opportunities, and Panthers honestly have been getting a great second opportunity here. It should have been a Cal Lu touchdown, but lucky for them, they have another opportunity here on third down, maybe 4 down territory. Let's see if they take advantage of that.
Third down and 10 with 15 seconds left to go. And it looks like we have a delay of game.
Delay of game.
The Panthers will back up 5.
5-yard penalty. Third down.
And now this even puts them probably on the outskirts of field goal range. Another tough situation for the Panthers.
Again, have not reached the end zone since 6 seconds into this quarter on a Wyatt Harden touchdown from Vettel. Vettel, though, looking for incomplete pass on the lay, looking for Zach Shorts. They decide not to call pass interference on that, bringing up 4th down. What do you think about that, Pranav?
I think that was good coverage, though. He did a great job of boxing out the receiver. Obviously, there was contact, but it was going both ways there. What Reed Vettel should have done there is actually thrown it up higher, giving his 6'4" receiver, Zach Schwartz, a better opportunity there. But it's moments like these when the Panthers are missing Trevor Ville, such a dominant receiver last season. I believe he had the most touchdowns in Chapman history. Obviously, I think he's out for the season, but it's moments like these where they're going to miss him. They're going to miss that deep threat, that big body threat, much like Zach Schwartz, but kind of a refined version of him, obviously being a senior.
The place kicker for Chapman, number 31, Ken Barrell, the 6'2" freshman. Looks like he'll be the one to try to give the Panthers a 23-6 lead right before the break.
And maybe watch out for the fake. I know Patrick Calcagno has always been practicing that. He's always prided himself of being the #1 holder in the nation. Let's see if he comes out with anything secret here.
Cal Lu's sidelines jumping up and down trying to affect that kick. But to no avail for them. It's a great kick right down the middle for Barrell, giving the Panthers a 23-6 lead right before the half.
And the big thing about that pushes it to a 3-possession game again, 17-point lead. And all those 3 points, that's crucial.
So a 23-6 lead for the Panthers against the Cal Lutheran Kingsmen, making the drive from Thousand Oaks this Saturday night.
And from Tapia, I'd probably expect a squib kick here, not give the returner a great opportunity at receiving this ball and having a head start. He's had a couple of good returns so far, getting out to the 35 to the 40-yard line. See what Tapia does here.
Freshman kicker looking to kill some clock right here. That's exactly what he does, just right down the middle, picked up. And that will be stopped right around the 30-yard line. It's like they just let the clock run all the way to half, even though he was down before like 3 seconds left, and they just decided to let it run out. But other than that, the Chapman Panthers looking really good right now. They lead the Cal Lutheran Kingsmen 23-6. We're going to take a bit of a break when it comes to halftime right now. We will be right back here on the Chapman Sports Broadcasting Network.
Yesterday, Chapman Athletics celebrated its 38th Night of Champions and Hall of Fame inductions to enshrine its newest members of the Chapman Athletics Hall of Fame. Before we introduce our newest members, we'd like to recognize the past inductees of Chapman's Hall of Fame that are present and joining us on the field tonight. From the Hall of Fame class of 2015, representing the 1995 National Championship softball team, Coach Janet Lloyd. From the Hall of Fame class of 2008, representing the 1968 National Championship baseball team, Coach Ed Peck. From the Hall of Fame class of 2006, Matt Hertzler with football. From the Hall of Fame class of 2003, Art Bias with basketball and track. He remains up in the President's Suite. With the Hall of Fame class of 2001, Mary Cahill with volleyball. From the 1999 Hall of Fame class, Administrator Penny Brush with women's athletics. From the Hall of Fame class of 1991, Kathy Copeland, our keynote speaker last night with softball. And now introducing the 2019 Chapman Hall of Fame inductees. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for Brad Breen. Brad was the 1980 Division II Javelin Throw National Champion. While representing Chapman, Brad was a member of Powerhouse Track and Field Team and qualified in 4 nationals in both his years on campus. He also set the school record for the javelin with a throw of 242 feet and 5 inches. From the class of 1980, Brad Breen. Now please join me in congratulating our second inductee of the evening, Cindy LeClaire. Cindy was one of the most prolific scorers in Chapman's women's soccer history. She scored 21 goals her senior year to go along with 7 assists. Her 49 points that year remain as the single-season Division III record at Chapman. With 49 career goals and 32 career assists, she totaled 130 career points, which also still stands as the most in Chapman Division III history. From the class of 1996, Cindy LeClaire. Put your hands together for Ephraim Miranda. Ephraim is just the 3rd football player ever inducted into Chapman's Hall of Fame. As a member of the inaugural team in 1994, Ephraim quickly made a name for himself as the team's nose guard and was selected as an All-American in 1995. His 27 tackles for loss as a senior still stands as the most in a single season in Chapman history. He still ranks in the top 10 all-time at Chapman with 188 career tackles and 18 career sacks. From the class of 1996, Ephraim Miranda. Please welcome to the Hall of Fame, Kurt Yacko. As a two-way player, Kurt was a Hall of Fame caliber hitter, fielder, and pitcher. He was a 2-time All-American and the 2007 NCAA Division III Co-Player of the Year. With a 3.43 career average and a 1.22 career ERA, Kurt still ranks in the top 10 of multiple hitting and pitching categories. His career ERA remains as the lowest in Chapman history. As a junior, he set a single-season Chapman record with a 0.59 ERA and 15 saves, which both still rank in the top 10 in Division III history. From the class of 2011, Kurt Yacko. Please put your hands together for Elizabeth Lewis. Elizabeth was a 6-time All-American on the tennis courts. She won the award in singles all 4 years on campus and was an All-American doubles player in her junior and senior seasons. She won the 2009 Fall ITA National Small College Singles title and was the top-ranked singles player in all of Division III in May of 2010. She still holds record 4 wins in a season and all-time at Chapman. From the class of 2011, Elizabeth Lewis. Fans, one more round of applause for Chapman Athletics 2019 Hall of Fame inductees and all of the members of the prestigious Chapman University Athletics Hall of Fame. Joined on the field by Hall of Fame Chair Jack Bowerly.
Welcome back, everybody. I'm Jared Brosnan alongside Pranav Iyer. Pranav, was a pretty entertaining first half. Chapman with a nice 23-6 lead. Let's take a look at the first half highlights. So first off right there, really nice run by Marcos Reyes, bringing it out past midfield.
Great job there, untouched until he got to the secondary. Great offensive line blocking there downfield for the Panthers. You can see him here again in the same drive, going in for another untouched run into the end zone for the touchdown here.
And a nice 4th and goal right there. And then later on in the quarter, first turnover of the game, Cal Lu just fumbles it out of the hands.
And great awareness here by the Panthers defense to come up with the ball.
Cameron Jones with the fumble. And then really the highlight of the game, Marcos Reyes gets the pass out of the backfield. Beautiful wide receiver offensive line screen, carrying with him the entire way. Look how great his teammates were right there. Goes right into the end zone for his second touchdown of the game. Second touchdown of the game coming up for Reed Vettel right there. Faking the handoff right as Meal gets hits while he throws, but finds Wyatt Harden wide open in the end zone, giving Chapman a 20-0 lead. But right after that play, first play of the drive for the Kingsmen. Great play right there. He brings it 75 yards to the house, number 4, James Holland III.
And really the only offensive momentum for Cal Lu here.
And those were our first half highlights. Let's send it down to Aaron Coogan, has one of the nice Chapman Hall of Fame inductees. Aaron?
Thanks, guys. I'm here with Ephraim Miranda, one of the newest inductees to the Chapman Athletic Hall of Fame. What does it mean to you to have left your legacy here at Chapman?
It's really special. It was on the inaugural team back in 1994, and all this was kind of just a dream. Seeing it was a really great honor.
And then how does it feel to come back and watch a team that you have such success?
It's great. It's great. Coach up.
So let's take a look at our first half stats. Chapman with 94 rushing yards. Kingsmen not so much, -8 right there, as we see a 167-yard difference between total yards. 16-5 on the first downs. Look at that time of possession, almost 9-minute difference, giving Chapman that 14-point lead at the half.
Yeah, and we saw obviously the Panthers all season long have been a primarily rushing team, but we've seen a lot of their passing offense here tonight. Reed Vettel, 8 for 14 for 125 yards, 2 touchdowns, while his counterpart, Cesar DeLeon, 9 for 15, 120, touchdown and an interception. Saw obviously a big time possession difference. Panthers having 19 minutes, really running out the clock here.
And we think Aaron's got Ephraim Romero better this time. Aaron,
Thanks, guys. I'm here with Ephraim Miranda. First of all, congratulations, one of the newest inductees to the Chapman Athletics Hall of Fame.
Thank you.
How does it feel to have left your legacy here at Chapman?
It's a great feeling, great honor. I'm really humbled to be here. When I came here 25 years ago for the first team in Chapman history, it was just we had a lot of dreams and a lot of hopes to see this program grow, and then to see where it's at today. This team's on the cusp of a undefeated season and going on the playoffs and being a regular contender in the SCIAC is just a great thing. Real proud of this legacy that we've led.
Speaking of growth, what does it mean to you to come back and watch the team succeed in the way that you found so much success?
It's been great. I mean, we started off strong. We had 2 winning record seasons while I was here, and just Coach Owen's doing a great job. Look forward to I'm really happy about the success he's had up to this point. I think that things are only getting better, and excited to see where things can go in the future.
Well, congratulations. Thanks, guys, and back to you.
awesome, Aaron, as we have a couple minutes till the second half starts. What are you trying to see here in this second half, Pranav?
Yeah, definitely want to see the Panthers go back to what they've been doing so successfully this season through the first 5 games. Obviously attacking that run that run game with Marcos Reyes. Maybe we're going to see a little bit of quarterback running by Johnson McIntyre, as well as Tanner Mendoza. So we'll see how that goes.
Absolutely. We will be right back after this. Chapman against Cal Lutheran here on the Chapman Sports Broadcasting Network. Welcome back, everybody. Let's get this second half underway from Wilson Field. Chapman kicking off to Cal Lutheran, leading 23-6. As Tapia boots it, it'll be taken at about the 5-yard line by the Kingsmen. And a nice return, stacked up at about the 26, maybe the 27-yard line.
Tackled by number 14, Nathan Parkin.
So we've seen one successful drive, and that was one play so far by the Kingsmen. Let's see if they can get something else going, because they really, down 23-6, down by 17. They got to get things going, down by 3 possessions.
And the Kingsmen have only ran 24 offensive plays thus far to the Panthers' 45. So they're just not even on the field to have the offensive production.
DeLeon with the keeper right there. First time we've really seen him do that without a penalty. Gets a gain of 2 on the play.
Number 5, Cesar DeLeon on the carry. Tackled by number 32, Duncan Hager.
Duncan Hedger in on the tackle.
DeLeon has already been sacked 5 times thus far by the stout defensive line of the Panthers.
Number 21, Jackson Taylor in the backfield with the pistol formation. DeLeon gets sacked again. Is that the 6th time now? And he got hit hard by number 32 for the Chapman Panthers, Duncan Hedger.
And he did not see that one coming at all. Lucky for him, that ball didn't come out there.
And he is feeling it right now. He was blindsided on that one. Let's take a look at that. Completely unblocked. Really good play right there for the outside linebacker, Hedger.
And Hager actually last 2 seasons he played cornerback, so he's made a great transition to outside backer. Has done a great job filling in for his team here.
So 3rd and long here, a quick drop back pass. And that will be Cameron Jones for a short gain. 4th down coming up, so a nice quick 3 and out to start the second half for this Panthers defense, who really only for one play, other than that, they've been fantastic.
And that's right, yeah, the 75-yard touchdown play in the second quarter, that's all the Kingsmen offense has been able to muster up so far. It's really the defensive line, that the blitz scheme of the Panthers that has really been getting to DeLeon early, forcing a lot of these quick passes. Saw there, the screen pass on 3rd and long, they could even get their offensive going there.
Wyatt Harden back to receive the punt. He will let that one go, and that will roll out of bounds at the 36-yard line. So to begin the second half, it looks like it will be Johnson McIntyre taking the snaps under center.
And so far, McIntyre today, 4 for 9 for 60 yards, as well as 5 attempts for 9 yards rushing. Hasn't been able to do so much thus far. As you see, most of the offensive production through the air coming from Vettel, but let's see if he can pick that up here.
He hands it off to Mendoza, who gets a really nice burst through the hole. First contact doesn't come till about a gain of 8 yards on the play.
And this is what the Panthers are going to want to do early on in the second half. Obviously up by 3 possessions. They're going to want to control the pace of the game here, have a rush-heavy offense, and looks like that's what they're going to be doing.
When you're up by 3 possessions, you can really control that clock. You can really control that time of possession. They're in no hurry right now after that nice 8-yard gain on 1st down. McIntyre hands it off to Mendoza once again, who gets a nice hole once again. Another first down. So 2 fantastic runs so far by Tanner Mendoza, who's finding holes in the middle of that offensive line.
And the key to all these big runs is the offensive blocking. It's clear he's not even getting touched till the second level, maybe even the third level there. 8 to 10 yards down the field. That is completely unacceptable for the Kingsmen defense.
Hand off to Mendoza again. This time he's stacked up. Gain of about 1 on the play. So 3 straight plays to begin this drive, all going to Tanner Mendoza right up the middle.
And second down and 8, like you said, after 3 straight plays, it's a good opportunity here for a little play action bootleg. Let's see if Casey Shine and the offense come up with that here.
Second down, visit 3.
Ball at the 43-yard line into Kingsman territory once again for the Panthers. McIntyre hands it to Mendoza. This time he is taken down for a loss of 2, maybe 3 on the play, bring up 3rd and long. So it might be the first time we see here on this early drive that Chapman will be forced to pass. So looking at this 3rd down efficiency, Chapman 40%, really good so far. Cal Lutheran, nothing much going, only 1 for 7. That can really make or break games, your 3rd down efficiency, Pranav.
Definitely. Let's see what Johnson McIntyre can do here. Let's see if he'll have time to throw the ball.
They rushed 4 on the play. And it looks like Spencer Corona was able to bring that down, but they're a yard short of the first down.
And I think it's plays like that where the receivers are taught to run to the sticks there. We saw Corona there. Once he got up, he hit himself on the helmet. He probably knew he didn't run his route to the sticks. But as we've seen tonight, these hitch routes have been open every single time they've thrown it. I wouldn't be surprised if they go to it more often here.
4th and 1 right here. Low snap. McIntyre back to pass.
He has a wide open man.
And that is Wyatt Harden, who's able to bring that pass down and get the first down for the Chapman Panthers. So a nice catch right there by Wyatt Harden. We've seen him quite a bit tonight.
Panthers thus far have had a lot of situations when they're in this in-between place where they can't really punt it, they can't really kick field goals. This is the first time they've been able to convert it here.
This time we see Marcos Reyes, who's got a nice block. He's got a first down. He is inside the 10-yard line. 1st and goal coming up for the Panthers on that nice run by Marcos Reyes.
And if you remember, early on in the game, they ran that same speed option play. Johnson decided to keep it instead of pitching there. This time, he read the defense correctly, pitches to the wide open Marcos Reyes, as you saw a big play there. You can see on the replay, corner completely gone away with the receiver. Good decoy fade route on there. And he gets inside the 10-yard line. Good, tough running by Marcos Reyes and good play design by Casey Shine.
21-yard rush play. Nice gain there for the freshman. Jacob Rocha in the backfield as well as Ragas comes in motion, fakes it to him. And there's the hat trick for Marcos Reyes, his 2nd time this season, having 3 touchdowns in 1 game. 2 of them on the pass, 1 of them on the run. Chapman scores again, another hat trick for the freshman.
And I think that puts it up to 8 touchdowns this season, 9 touchdowns I think maybe. Great performance thus far by Marcos Reyes. Saw him doing the ground early, now he's doing it through the air.
Wide open on that. And the extra point is good. So with 8:20 left to go here in the 3rd quarter, Chapman leads 30-6 over Cal Lutheran. We have an injured Panther down on the play. Is number 74 right there for the Panthers, Brandon Lewis, the senior from Arcadia. You never want to see someone get hurt, especially on a little extra point attempt. But he'll be able to walk off with the help of his teammates. Great to see right there. Good to see him walk for his own power.
And so Panthers up 23 now. Still a 3-possession game. Or up 30-6, so 24-point lead now. Still 3 touchdowns, 3 2-point conversions. There's still opportunity here for the Kingsmen. See if the offense can get going here.
Short kickback Tapia. That's taken up at the 10-yard line, bringing it up while we place at around the 27-yard line, 28-yard line for the Kingsmen, who really down 24 right now. Got to get something going.
We saw some success from their running game in the second quarter there. Obviously, we've seen success with their short passing game, attacking the corners and the safeties in the secondary, forcing them to make open field tackles.
DeLeon, desperate for something, hands it off to Taylor. He gets a nice 4-yard carry on first down.
If I were the Kingsmen here, I would run an up-tempo, no-huddle offense. Try to do something different because what they've been doing so far hasn't really been working. They really need to change it up, whether it be in the scheme, whether it be in kind of the rhythm they're playing with. Tire out the Chapman defense.
They're definitely letting this clock wind down. Chapman's defense has plenty of time to set up.
And watch the single receiver side down to the bottom of your screen here. We can see Parkin playing defense as a cornerback here.
Goes up the middle this time, and that pass is incomplete. Number 9, Cameron Jones, the freshman, had it for a second, but unable to keep it in his hands once being hit.
He brought that ball in, looked straight in front of him, and he saw that David R. was coming in hot there. Smart for him probably to drop that ball there. He probably got a little bit scared there, but I would be too, honestly. As a receiver, those are routes you hate the most, right up the middle, right into the linebackers, those quick slant routes. It's always the toughest.
It was an incomplete pass, but the clock kept running for some reason. DeLeon going deep, and that is caught. Big play, number 9, Cameron Jones, who just dropped the ball. DeLeon's got no problem handing it right back to him for a big play.
A little bit of redemption right there as we see on the replay here. Not much time again for DeLeon, just throws it up, trying to give his receiver a chance. He finds a way to get under the ball. Great placement there and great route running. Big play for the Kingsmen, second best play of the game for them.
Quick snap right there, the same place, and a great pass deflection right there for Chapman. Great job by Nathan Parkin right there. Turned around, did not make contact with the receiver, just batted that ball away. Juwan Thomas, the intended receiver, but Parkin able to keep that out of the end zone.
And you're right, Juwan Thompson, he's only had 1 catch so far in the game. He came into the game the leading receiver for the Kingsmen. Looks like the Panthers have been keying him and completely taken out of the game.
DeLeon motions Jones in there. And a very, very dangerous throw. Trying to feed that into Thomas right there. But good coverage again by Parkin and Dylan Keefe.
Interesting play design there. I don't know if that was necessarily a very smart play to make. Throwing a little quick, maybe 3-yard hitch up the middle, straight into the teeth of the defense there. Regardless of whether he caught that or not, he would have been stuffed immediately.
Very high, fast throw as well. Tough to bring down, knowing that you're going to get hit immediately. So 3rd and 10 from the 20-yard line after that big play to Jones. DeLeon out of the shotgun once again, and that is caught and complete by number 2.
Looks like it's right at the sticks, maybe a little bit short, but it looks like they're gonna. Looks like they'll bring up 4th down here, but smart awareness by DeLeon there. He's seeing the lax defense, playing 10 yards off by the safety. Threw a little quick seam inside breaking route for his receiver there, bringing up a 4th and short. Big play here for the Kingsmen.
Blackshear with the catch right there. But a 4th and 1 from the 11-yard line. They run it. And let's see where they put that ball.
I think it's a turnover.
Morris Jackson was given the carry on that one. Chapman's defense is walking off the field thinking they stopped him. We might have to bring the chains out for this. Looks like they stopped him. So a big 4th down stop inside
7.
the red zone, and the Panthers are able to turn it over on downs.
And that was the play that the Kingsmen had to make there to find a way back into this game. Down 24 points. We're already more than halfway through the 3rd quarter. Another touchdown here for the Panthers would essentially put the game away.
Absolutely. If they go down by 31 points towards the end of the 3rd quarter against this stellar Chapman defense. First time under center tonight for McIntyre. As he motions hard and he hands it off. Nice run right there.
And again, so much room for the running backs to operate in the holes, wide open holes for them. Great offensive line blocking. And it looks like the defense, the Kingsmen defense is getting worn out. Like I said, the time of possession difference has been immense. And I think that has done a lot to kind of wear out the defense and kind of made them not be able to kind of fill the holes when they need to.
7-yard gain right there for Marcos Reyes as we see single back formation. This time Shorts comes in motion. They hand it off to Reyes again. Looks like he has enough for the 1st down. As we reach 5 minutes left to play here in this 3rd quarter.
It looks like Marcos Reyes is just about 80 yards. He could possibly get over that 100-yard threshold here on this drive.
Would not be the first time we've seen him have 3 touchdowns and over 100 yards in a game. They hand it off to him again. Carries a few defenders with him. Gets a gain of 3, maybe 4 on the play.
And that's to go along with his 48 yards on 3 receptions and 2 touchdowns through the air. So he's been doing it on both sides. I mean, in terms of rushing and passing, a lot like Christian McCaffrey this season.
Christian McCaffrey, top MVP candidate in the NFL for the Carolina Panthers. Hand off again to Reyes. 1st down once again.
Reyes right there made a lot out of nothing. The hole was stuffed the way he was running. He was going towards the outside on the right, but he made a quick decision, cut back to the left, found a wide open hole, and got a good chunk of yards right there.
Great gain on the play, getting past the 40-yard line. This time McIntyre takes it himself, and he's got plenty of room to run. Brings it to about midfield, a gain of 7 on the play. So after several straight runs, and it looks like we'll have a late flag on the play as McIntyre was going down, but the Kingsmen decided to hit him anyway.
After the play, personal foul, unnecessary roughness. Number 99 of the defense. 15-yard penalty, 1st down.
So add 15 yards onto that run after McIntyre gets a gain of 7. The ball will be placed at the 35-yard line. Once again, the Panthers are driving into Kingsman territory. Mendoza now in the backfield along with the fullback Jacob Rocha.
And with these long, drawn-out drives, the Panthers are really sucking the life out of this Kingsmen defense. It really is demoralizing to just get the ball run straight up your throat, play in and play out.
Mendoza with the carry, gets a gain of 5 on the play.
And it seems like Marcos Reyes has surpassed that 100-yard threshold. He's at 101 yards on 12 carries for an average of 8.4 yards a carry. And remember, he's just a freshman, so you got another 3 more years of him.
Hand off to Mendoza. He's got a block and looks like he will walk into the end zone untouched. Tanner Mendoza gets on the board for the first time tonight. He's got a touchdown as his teammates lift it up in the air. Chapman has a 30-point lead with 2.5 minutes remaining here in the third quarter, Pranav.
And I'm sure he saw Reyes with a lot of these rushing yards, a lot of touchdowns. He's like, I want to get into some of that. See him find the end zone for the first time tonight. As you see the replay here, again, so much open space, quick cutback there on the safety, and it's open grass for him.
He's enjoying reaching pay dirt this season. Good to see him in the end zone.
And now a 31-point lead. I don't know if either team expected a blowout like this. There were 2 formidable opponents. Obviously, Cal Lu had a dominant passing attack. Chapman, a very well-rounded team, coming in 17th in the country. But I'm sure they expected much more of a fight. Great job by the Panthers. Truly shocking the Skylake here, and maybe we'll see that representative in the national rankings coming up tomorrow.
Chapman definitely showing they want to crack that top 15 in the Division III rankings.
And the Panthers have never had a home playoff game in their Division III history. It's possible if they run the table here, they do have a viable shot at getting a home playoff game.
Tapia to kick it off at the 35-yard line. Great kick by Tapia. That'll be taken out inside the end zone. A decent return to the 27-yard line. 33 Isaac Edwards with the tackles. We have an injured Kingsman on the play. That is the return man for them. Number 23 on the play for Cal Lu. Tough hit right there, knowing you're down 31, trying to make a play for your team out of the end zone. Definitely the worst thing that could be happening right now for the Kingsmen.
Especially in a game like this where probably there's no shot at making a comeback here. But they do have a shot of finishing the season off strong. They are 2-1 in league. They'll probably go 2-2 after this game. But they do have a shot at finishing 4-2, potentially a second place chance. Second place finish in the Skylake.
Definitely, and we are going to take a quick break here as the injured Kingsman gets looked at down on the field. We will be right back, everybody, on the Chapman Sports Broadcasting Network. Great to see the injured player for the Kingsmen get off the field, walking up under his own power.
Looks like a bit of a leg injury here. He definitely took a big hit there from the defense. He is their leading return man this season. Thankfully, though, he is able to get up and walk off the field on his own power.
So down a man, the Kingsmen and their quarterback, Cesar DeLeon, are seeing what kind of offense they can put together down by 31 with a few minutes remaining here in the third quarter. First down pass play there, and a great catch as he was dropped to the floor. A great catch by Marcellus Lewis. He was falling down, saw the ball was coming to him, and still made the catch on the ground.
And DeLeon, I'm sure he's not having the day that he was hoping to have after coming off that amazing 556-yard performance, a school record against Pomona Pitzer, although in a loss. He's only 13 of 22 here for 191 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 pick.
DeLeon passes it out, spins out. Good catch right there.
Great move there to make a lot out of essentially nothing. He was stuffed there by that corner and the safety, but was able to make it out of there with that nifty spin move.
That was James Holland III, their second leading receiver, with the first down reception up to their own 44.
First down, division 44.
Go defense!
DeLeon again gets it off, and that is caught by Jones for another first down.
DeJuan Thomas, tackled by number 6.
So a few nice plays right there for Cal Lu, something they can put together on a successful drive.
That was good recognition by DeLeon there. Panthers were running cover 2, so 2 safeties playing the squat corners, and the corners playing the squat, and the safeties playing 2 deep. So he threw it in between the corner and the safety for a nice little completion there.
Hand off right there to Taylor. Gain of 8, maybe 9 on the play. As we reach the final 45 seconds of this third quarter.
And I like how they're really picking up the pace here, trying to, like I said, do something different. Try to find something that works. Now watch here in the slot, look at number 9. He's wide open. Quick little dump off pass will work to him.
Right there, right as you called it. Number 3, Brandon Hall on the play, making his first catch of the night.
Forced out by number 4, Frankie Norris.
See if they can get off another play here with just about 10 seconds left. I think they might just elect to run out the clock here.
And they will. So a 3rd and 1 coming up. Start the fourth quarter. Right now it is a 37-6 lead, a 14-0 quarter for the Chapman Panthers, and we will be right back with the final 15 to play. Chapman leads Cal Lutheran 37-6. You are watching the Chapman Sports Broadcasting Network. 3rd and about a foot coming up for the Kingsmen as they just hand it off right there, and Taylor is absolutely crushed by number 35. Great play right there by Blake Simpson, the 6-foot freshman. Great job right there for Nolan.
Looks like that was his first, maybe his first action of the game here. We can see the Panthers in their front 7, putting some of their reserves in, trying to get them some playing time as we head into some of the bigger games in the season. Maybe get them more experience for the playoffs, maybe for next season as well.
Fourth down and a couple, they got to go for it.
Watch the slot to the left.
That's exactly what they're doing, and that is incomplete. Looking for number 14, Marcellus Lewis, the slot receiver, unable to bring that pass down, and another turnover on downs.
And the thing is, he was open there, I think, with DeLeon. He's probably a little bit flustered, always looking out for the pass rush because he's been sacked numerous times so far. I think 6 or 7 times already. I think the pass rush might be getting to his head a little bit here.
And game 4 of the World Series in our nation's capital just ended as the Astros and Alex Bregman had a 5 RBI game. The Astros even up the series with an 8-1 win. Absolutely dominating. We'll see if Max Scherzer can give the Nationals a 3-2 advantage tomorrow night. First down run for Mendoza, a loss of 1 on the play. As Reed Vettel has checked back in. Actually, that is Mendoza and Reyes have exited the game tonight. That is number 26 for the Panthers, Preston Wong, seeing his first action of the game tonight, along with number 20, KJ McDonald. Handoff again to Wong, goes for a gain of 4 on the play.
And if that's Mendoza's last action of the game, unfortunately he's going to have to leave the game 1 yard short of the century mark, finishing with 99 yards for the game. Definitely a great performance. Almost 200-yard rushers by the freshman and the junior, or the sophomore. Great performance on the ground thus far.
Ragas, one of the starters, the slot receiver, checks back in. On this third down, as we reach under 13 to play here in the game. Vettel back to pass, though, trying to keep that drive alive, and that is caught. Did they give it to him? Yes, they do. That is caught by number 11, John Kroll, the 5'11 sophomore, getting his first action of the game and a huge play.
Great placement of the ball there by Reed Vettel, again throwing in that back shoulder pass away from the corner. But I don't know if you saw that, one of the defensive players from the Kingsmen running onto the field right as the ball was snapped. Looked like they had 10 men on the field. Maybe that could have led to the big play for the Panthers there.
Ragas, Corona, and Harden in as the wide receivers. And a misplay. Vettel's just going to have to grab that. Nope, that is taken by number 29, Nick Cullen, getting his first action of the night, having to pick up a bad snap. It's a big loss on that play. Brings them back to midfield when they were inside the 45. Inside the 35.
Second down at the Windsor 49.
Loss of 15 on that play, bringing it out back to the 49-yard line for the Kingsmen. Vettel back to pass again. He hands it out. And a horse collar tackle. What? And a flag from way back. The referee has to call it from back, where in the backfield, while the linesman who was right in front of it did not have his flag out. That is a horse collar tackle on Nick Cullen. That'll be a 15-yard penalty, automatic first down. Surprised to see that it was the referee all the way back where the quarterback was and not the linesman who had the play right in front of him the whole time, seeing his jersey being ripped.
I think some of the, as we can see on the replay here, I think some of the hesitation from the initial referee is that you can make a tackle like that as long as it's gradual. You can't immediately pull him down. So there's some kind of middle ground in between that. So I could see that call going either way there.
First down for Vettel and Cullen in the backfield. Cullen gets his first handoff of the night. Gets stuffed, still at the line of scrimmage.
Tackle by number 19.
No gain on the play.
Shy Baker.
See if the Panthers just elect to kind of go with the run game here for the rest of the game, or maybe if they'll even open up the passing book, try to get in one last touchdown in.
Number 20, KJ McDonald, checks back in along with Connor Wong, Preston Wong. Vettel back to pass, and that is caught. Great catch right there by Spencer Corona. While we place at the 13-yard line inside the red zone once again.
Great placement there. Nice little comeback route. Great play design by Casey Shine there. But as we can see, we can see the running backs, the starting running backs out of the game have the reserves in. They're still keeping in their starting linemen and the receiving core.
Hopefully we'll see Hunter Spriggs soon. Hand off right there to Wong. Does not go anywhere.
Prescott Wong on the carry. Tackle by number 95.
Prescott Wong is actually the younger brother of former Chapman captain Chandler Wong, who had definitely a great career here playing nose guard.
Gain of 2 on the play. Nine minutes coming up on the rest of the game. Low snap, hands it off to Wong again. He's trying to get into the end zone. He gets the ball inside at about the 10-yard line. Gain of 1 on the play. So a 3rd and 7 coming up with 9 minutes left to go. You got to think Chapman will probably just play it safe and run the ball.
I wouldn't be surprised if they pass it. Casey Shine, always offensive-minded coach, and he's always wanted to take risks. He knows this is a big game. Obviously, especially with the seeding and with the home field advantage, that going to play in terms of playoffs. Point differential is definitely important, and making a big statement here. Obviously, a 31-point win, that's definitely a statement already, but adding more to that is going to be crucial to increase their own stock.
Anytime you can break the 40-point mark, you take it. Handoff right there to Wong. He will be stopped. They mark him just short. He might have gotten that ball across the goal line, but they mark him right down at the goal line.
That was some nice shifty work by him. That play was definitely stuffed. He made 2 nice cutbacks. And I honestly thought he made it to the end zone. I thought he stretched out to get that one. But as we can see on that replay, but I don't know.
Ball will be placed right at the 1-yard line. First to goal for the Panthers. And Wong gets about half a yard on the play. They are right there. They mark him just about less than a foot short. Prescott Wong trying to get into the end zone. Seven and a half minutes remaining here in this game on this 2nd and 1 yard to go. Hand off again to Prescott Wong. This time touchdown is called. Prescott Wong gets into the end zone. Touchdown Chapman. They break the 40-point mark for the 2nd straight week. They go up 43-6 on Cal Lu.
And his 2nd touchdown of the season, 2nd touchdown of his career as well. Really all
his way in there right there, Pranav.
This whole drive really was all about him. A little bit passing by Reed Vettel out to the outside receivers, but he really was the main workhorse this drive.
And the extra point is good. So with 7:26 to play here in the game, Chapman leads Cal Lu 44-6. Now, that was the true put-away drive.
Definitely. If it wasn't already clear that this game was over, it's clear now. 38-point lead, 44-6. It's been complete domination on both ends. Complete domination in terms of time possession, number of plays, yards. Panthers coming into this game allowing 270 pass yards per game, have limited Cesar DeLeon, the top 10 quarterback in the nation, to just 219 yards and just 1 touchdown. And while a lot of that has to do with the great secondary play we've seen thus far, you can credit honestly a lot of that to the pass rush not allowing any time for DeLeon to get anything going, not allowing to get through his progressions at all.
Chapman Pep Dan certainly enjoying their Led Zeppelin tonight, enjoying Cashmere off the album Physical Graffiti. Welcome, Dad. Short kick by Tapia there. Taken at the 10-yard line. Out to about the 31-yard line. So let's see what both sides of the ball do right here as we have a 38-point differential right now.
It looks like the second unit for the Panthers all around in the defense, secondary linebackers and the defensive line has come in.
DeLeon still remains in the game though for the Kingsmen. DeLeon back to pass again. That is caught. One-handed catch. Really nice catch right there. Good gain on the play.
Number 34, Morris Jackson.
Number 34, Morris Jackson. Getting in the ball game, the backup running back.
Tackled by number 6.
And if you see number 16 out on the field here playing outside linebacker, kind of switch positions from corner and safety to outside linebacker. He's actually one of my former high school teammates as well. His name is Golan Gingold. He's one of my quarterbacks. Definitely a great threat on all ends. He's a very great utility player, actually, as we can see him playing multiple different positions this season.
DeLeon back to pass, and that ball is dropped. Incomplete on the play.
And as you saw, Gingold coming in with the pressure hot there, forcing that errant throw on the screen.
Number 84, the intended target, unable to bring it down.
Third down on the visitor, 39.
So a 3rd and 2 here as the 39-yard line for the Kingsmen, trying to get some garbage time touchdowns. And that pass is complete to number 84, able to bring it down. So a first down for the Kingsmen.
To see if the Kingsmen can get any offensive momentum here. It'll be a great morale boost heading into their next game. I'm sure this is not the result they wanted or the result they even expected, but great few possessions here on the next 2 drives will do what they need heading into the rest of the season.
First down run on the play by Jackson. Morris Jackson, the 5'8" senior.
Number 34 on the carry, Morris Jackson.
It's a gain of 4 on the play. So Pranav, what is Coach Owens doing right now for his guys, putting the second stringers in, really trying to get them play time in this final 6 minutes?
Yeah, it's definitely Chapman has great depth. A lot of these players aren't necessarily even like young players. A lot of them are seniors, a lot of them are juniors, so they've had a lot of experience in this program and just getting that opportunity to play. Obviously, Chapman football is a huge, as we can see on the sidelines, it's a huge roster, often 90 to 100 plus players. It's always hard to get on the field, regardless of what year you are in. So I'm sure it means a lot to these players, and it's their opportunity to show to the coach that they are deserving of more playing time.
Absolutely. Great coverage on the play by Isaac Holbrook, the 5'9" freshman from Orange, California, went to Orange Lutheran. So good to see him playing. Very close to where he grew up, in the same town. 3rd and 6, DeLeon back to pass, and that is incomplete. Good coverage on the play by number 7, Hunter Asada. Sophomore from Honolulu, Hawaii, Pranav.
Yeah, and this actually, although he's a sophomore, this is actually his first season. He came in the spring, and he's really had to fill in a lot for this Chapman secondary. We saw Frankie Nares before, a couple games ago, have to miss the game with the hamstring issue, and he really stepped up in that game despite being one of the shorter corners on the team. And on that play we saw there was definitely some separation, but that closing speed, he really made up for that space there. And that's really one of the biggest attributes you can have as a corner, is the ability to close on the ball and make a play without committing pass interference, and that's what he did perfectly right there.
And at this point, the Kingsmen will just punt it away. Harden will let that fall. The ball goes out of bounds at the 11-yard line. He will mark it at the 10.
And like you said, Osoda from Honolulu, Hawaii. One of the few players actually on this team from Hawaii. There's been a lot of players in the past from his high school, Puno High School. One of the greatest powerhouses in all of this country. In fact, Manti Te'o went to his school along with our former president, Barack Obama. Puno is actually, there was just an article just released recently about them. They're the most winningest sports program as a school in the entire United States, and that's super impressive.
Out in Honolulu, Hawaii. That's fantastic. So we have reached number 3 taking snaps for Chapman right now. And a false start on the play. That is Jacob Baker, the senior wide receiver from San Diego. Actually, that is Carter Treadway, the other number 3 from Temecula, who will be the quarterback remaining for this game. Usually a defensive back. He's like Vettel and McIntyre's nights are done.
So I believe he played quarterback last season. I think he came into this season as a defensive back. Looked like he probably wasn't going to see much playing time. So maybe he's doing a little bit of both, playing a little bit of third-string quarterback as well as some of that DB.
And another false start, so 2 false starts in the last couple plays for the Panthers as they've been backing it up. So it looks like it'll be another great road win for the Panthers. As great run like this, he's got a chance for a first down. A great job by Treadway. Only 5'11", keeping it himself, makes it a 3rd and manageable 3.
And I don't know about you, but I was fooled on that play. I thought that play was going to the bottom of the screen, to the right side of the offense, but Treadway fooled everyone there, getting a big run there.
Exactly. I thought it was to number 29, Nick Hillen, the entire way,
and he did a great job of running that through. He looked like he was running the ball for about 10 yards until we saw Treadway with the ball.
Absolutely. Treadway, a really nice run right there to bring up 3rd and manageable to keep this drive going. Hopefully enough to end the game. Cullen gets a gain of 1, bring up 4th and 2.
So it looks like the Kingsmen will get at least one more opportunity to get into the end zone here in the second half. As we saw earlier in the game, their only touchdown came with that 75-yard pass on their first play of their drive early in the second quarter. A little bit of a fluke play, not really representative of the game, but that kind of eradicated the chance for Chapman having another shutout.
6 points, though, not bad.
Yeah,
especially if it was just on one play. Other than that, they've been absolutely fantastic. Punt here by Tapia. That'll be fair caught by number 4, James Holland III. We have 3 minutes remaining in this game, 44-6. Chapman University beating up on Cal Lutheran.
First down, Cal Lutheran on the Visit 38.
So with this game out of reach, we can look ahead. Next week, next Saturday, November 7th, Chapman will be at Pomona Pitzer. Take on them.
And Pomona Pitzer, like I mentioned, they're 3-1 now. They came off a pretty convincing win against Whittier, the Whittier Poets. That's setting up a 3-1 matchup against a 3-0 or 4-0 Chapman team. So essentially, that's what we're going to see, the league championship. If Pomona comes out with that win, they'll be 4-1, and Panthers will be 4-1. But the thing is, they'll have the head-to-head matchup, head-to-head advantage, which will factor into play in the playoffs.
Exactly. 2 straight weeks coming up when it comes down to tiebreakers. Clock is ticking. 2.5 minutes left to go here. And it looks like the benches have emptied for the Kingsmen as well.
Number 15
That is number
on
15, Hector Gonzalez, the 6'1 freshman, taking over under center as Cesar DeLeon's night is done. Chapman's secondary really stopped him, as you said last week, over 500 yards passing. Not much going on tonight.
Yeah, I'm sure it was what they were focusing on the most. Definitely the most prolific passer they have seen thus far, but only 236 yards passing. Not really much doing there. And as we see the replay here, great defensive stop by the defensive lineman up front. Looks like a little bit of a broken play. Maybe the quarterback didn't really know where he was going there in that read option.
3rd and 9 coming up, a handoff. Not going anyway. Big tackle right there for Chapman. Morris Jackson, the running back, but it's number 15 for Chapman Panthers who was able to bring that down.
And that's Brockton Schloff with a big play there. Definitely undersized for a linebacker, but he makes it up with his physicality and his toughness up in the middle.
As we reach 9:30, we're waiting for those Disneyland fireworks to go off behind us as we reach the final minute of this game. Punted away, Harden just calls for the catch. He brings it out. Down at the 29, and with 2 kneel downs, Chapman will go to 6-0, continuing a fantastic season so far for this defense, for this team overall, moving to 4-0 in SCIAC conference play very convincingly.
And this 6-0 start, I believe, will be their first 6-0 start ever, or at least as a member of the SCIAC, as a Division III program. Before they were a Division II program up until recently. But it really is groundbreaking for these Panthers who have had to come a long way throughout their program history. A lot of failures, a lot of some successes, a couple of SCIAC championships. But this is really culminating into a big season for the Panthers.
Number 40 on the carry, Devin Franklin.
It looks like Chapman will not have to run another play as they will take a kneel down. With 3 games remaining at Pomona Pitzer, home on the night, senior night against Claremont, and then November 16th, the season finale at Laverne.
Don't want to look too far ahead, but Panthers 6-0. They're dangerous. A lot is expected for them this season. People are going to be fearing them. SCIAC perennially has been one of the weaker conferences, but this season they might wreak some havoc. They have never won a playoff game yet, and last time they were in the playoffs, they got completely demolished by Mary Hardin Baylor, 50-6, with that one touchdown coming on the last play of the game. I'm sure they're hungry for more, and I'm sure they're expecting a lot more this season.
Absolutely. Number 17, Chapman making another statement offensively and defensively, winning 44-6 against the California Lutheran Kingsmen. We will be right back with our post-game show here on the Chapman Sports Broadcasting Network.
On November 9th, when Chapman hosts Claremont Led Script.
Welcome back, everybody. Chapman Panthers defeating the Cal Lutheran Kingsmen 44-6. An absolute defense and offensive clinic by the Panthers tonight here at their home field, moving to 6-0 overall and 4-0 in SCIAC, really setting them up in the driver's seat for this conference.
Right, offensively, they were able to do it both in the passing game and the rushing game. First half, a lot of it had to do with passing. A lot of Reed Vettel passing. Started off the game 5 for 5 with 2 touchdowns. Definitely a great performance by him. And then in the second half, it was a lot of the ground and pound. Marcos Reyes coming in with another 100-yard performance, as well as 2 receiving touchdowns on about 55 to 60 yards receiving. We saw Tanner Mendoza almost break the century mark there with 99 yards. But really, it was the defense that really showed up tonight. We know the offense is always going to show up, but the defense, Dylan Keefe and that defensive line, that defensive front 7 was able to really disrupt the passing game tonight. And while that can be a lot of that can be credited to the secondary play tonight. But he just didn't have time to work through his progressions at all. a lot of his completions were just short screen passes, short slants. That's all he was able to get. That one pick he threw was pretty much a result of a wide open rusher. He just threw it up. Pretty much a center fielder catching a pass was Sal Ochoa. And after a 556-yard performance, the Panthers really knew what to do, really had a defensive plan that worked, and they were able to really exploit that today, exploit the weak offensive line of the Kingsmen, and limit him to under 250 yards passing.
Absolutely. It was an even more dominating second half than the first. Let's take a look at those highlights as Marcos Reyes was able to get his hat trick. It was really an interesting second half. Let's take a look at the highlights as Marcos Reyes right there gets that nice option right inside the 10-yard line. Ground and pound. It takes 3 people to bring the freshman down. And then just a couple plays later, Marcos Reyes, he already had 2 touchdowns in the first half. Right here. Gets the wide open pass from McIntyre. That's his second receiving touchdown.
And it was a little bit of
night.
misdirection there. Play was going to the left, saw the opening to the right, kind of confused the corner and the defense secondary there.
And then right there, one of the best plays of the game so far, going to Cameron Jones. Really the only big moment of the second half for the Kingsmen. Mendoza, though, right there, he is barely even touched, and he walks into the end zone.
The story of the night all night, Tanner Mendoza and Marcos Reyes, the whole entire running game, they were only touched until they got to the second level, third level sometimes, 10 to 12 yards until first contact. That was huge offensive play tonight by the Panthers.
Absolutely. Chapman just continued to be fantastic. Let's send it down to Aaron Coogan, who's got quarterback Reed Vettel. Aaron?
Reed, 2 touchdown passes, 6 straight wins. How does it feel to be an integral part of Chapman's success this year?
Oh, it feels great. I mean, I got to give it to everybody up front, the O-line, the running backs. They all worked hard tonight, and it was just a great win overall. Yeah.
What's your mindset coming into this game?
Great week of practice. Work hard, play faster. You know, our coach always preaches play as fast as we can, and I feel like we did a good job with that this week.
And then how are you guys going to maintain your success level?
Keep working hard. We'll celebrate tomorrow, and then starts back up on Monday. Just hit the weight room, practice hard, play fast. Yep.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys, and back to you.
Thank you, Aaron. Thank you, Reed. Let's take a look at our full game stats. Another complete domination. Look at this. 224 rush yard differential in this game.
Yeah, definitely. Look at the rush yard total. That really pretty much sums it up. The front seven just completely dominant by the Panthers. Time of possession was definitely a big thing too. In the first half, the Panthers nearly doubled up the Kingsmen in terms of plays. The Kingsmen defense really was just not able to get off the field, and that's why the rushing attack was so successful, because they were just getting worn down, and that definitely showed a lot in the second half as most of the rushing attack from Reyes and Mendoza, that's where most of the yards came from.
Exactly, almost 250-yard differential. And look at that, 29-9 when it comes to first downs. Absolute domination. Let's take a look at our key player graphic of the game. And that player, Marcos Reyes and Zach Shorts. Marcos Reyes, the hat trick, and 101, combining for 200 yards rushing those starting running backs. Safe to say they did pretty well with Isaac Woods out.
Right, and you can't forget Marcos Reyes, additionally also the leading receiver. So leading rusher, leading receiver. Amazing performance for just a freshman. Definitely had a prolific high school career, now looking to have a prolific college career as well. And it helped the Panthers to an undefeated season potentially.
Yep, and let's take a look at that schedule. They got that W tonight. 3 more games remaining, taking on Promoa Pitzer, Claremont McKenna, and Laverne. Going to be a tight final 3 games of the season. And we want to thank every single one of you for joining in this week as I'm looking at the beautiful Disneyland fireworks in front of us. Pranav, thank you for coming out this week and joining us on the call. Thank you, everybody, for watching. Chapman undefeated again. It's a really fun season to watch. Join us in 2 weeks for senior night as Chapman will be back here. Thank you, everybody, for watching. That's Pranav Iyer. I'm Jared Brosnan. This has been the Chapman Sports Broadcasting Network.